What's up, guys? Today, oddly, I woke up motivated, and it's not like I'm never motivated or anything like that, but waking up and having this feeling of being motivated to do a lot of things and also just get things done. Like, that's something I haven't experienced in a while. I think the last time I felt like this was when I was in Seattle, or a park near Seattle, Marymore Park, where I was wearing this jacket and just like talking and walking around. And I felt the same exact feeling a week later. It's been a week and a few days later where I felt it while I was like waking up from sleeping. And that's a very, very rare occurrence to feel that, like, I guess, in in tune with my thoughts and my feelings and myself. So I thought it would be a good idea to make a video like right away. So I'm still kind of, fully getting up, but it's mostly my voice that's going to be slightly different, probably because of morning voice. Like, that's a real thing. I've learned that while trying to do voiceovers in the morning. It's definitely not the same, and it's very hard, and you need to warm up your voice. But anyways, so for this one, I just kind of wanted to talk about like all the things that I have planned and all the things that I want to accomplish for the next month. That's because I don't know. I feel like there's this saying of like, don't talk about your goals, like just do the thing. But I feel like talking about your goals is just fun and motivating and exciting. Um, I know the argument is like, okay, when you talk about it, it feels like you have done something even though you haven't. And then that feeling of satisfaction ends up hurting you because you're like, okay, I talked about my goals, I made some progress or something like that. And then you don't actually really make progress. But I think for me, I've kind of learned that it doesn't matter. Like, whether or not I talk about my goals, like, I will still like try my best to go for it. So because I'm immune to that for the most part, I feel like I actually get more motivated by talking about my goals. Really depends on who you are and whether or not you've set up like certain habits where you work on the stuff that you work on anyways, no matter what. So that's my sort of 2 cents on that saying. Like, it really doesn't matter if you talk about your goals, in my opinion. So for this one, let's just start off with the video I mentioned, or like talked about ChatGPT's advanced voice mode with Japanese. That's something I actually decided in the morning, like I think an hour before I fully woke up, because I had to wake up and drink some water because my throat was really dry. So when I was thinking about that and how like in the video I made it 2 days ago, I was talking about how, okay, this thing costs $20 to use advanced voice mode for an hour. So is it actually like something I would consider doing? And then I said no, because I do have Japanese native speakers where I can, actually practice with them and whatnot. But I thought about it a bit more and was like, $20 really isn't that much if it's like a dedicated lesson for an hour. Like, if I really spend that time for an hour to learn Japanese using advanced voice mode, because I think it's so good. I think it's so unique and useful. And I want to explore like the possibilities of how to utilize that to learn Japanese. And it feels fun and exciting. And I think when I kept thinking about it and kept feeling excited by it, I was like, I gotta take this, I gotta do it. Like, just $20, like, really, like, I've paid far more for probably far less exciting things, like a meal or something, or even a theme park. To me, doing this is way more exciting than like going to Disneyland or something like that. Like, the prospects of just learning what the advanced voice mode can do for me in terms of learning Japanese, like, way more exciting. As of this stage in my life, obviously. Like, if I never went to Disneyland before, then maybe that would be more exciting. But that's why I'm just thinking $20, 1 month, try it every day for 1 hour, and why not also try to stream it? Like, so I've been thinking lately, especially after I started watching like a lot of Asmongold content since the elections, like about a month ago. I was thinking like trying out streaming. I've tried it out before, but I never took it seriously at all. Trying it out and actually making it like a legit, effort is something I'm kind of interested in, and it matches really, really well with the camera confidence thing that I have going on right now, which is basically just me practicing talking to the camera every day for like a few minutes, I guess. But like if I combine the Japanese learning with the advanced voice mode with the streaming, like all that together just sounds like really, really fun and exciting. Like it kills like three plus stones, not stones, the birds with one stone. So that is something I feel very, very excited for, and I want to try out, and I will try out like pretty darn soon, probably within a week from now. I think the sooner the better because I actually did buy my Japan ticket, so I will be going in about a month or so. So I also am very, very excited for that, but I have so much that I want to do here still that I kind of got to get everything done as fast as possible. So I really, really cannot like slack off anymore at all. So that's also exciting to me, the fact that like I can't slack off. Like I can't, I literally cannot. Yeah, that is also another excitement factor. So a lot of things that are making me feel very, very motivated that I just thought about this morning for some reason. Like these are things that I think the decision of, yeah, let's try ChatGPT's advanced voice mode to learn Japanese was the thing that like triggered that like switch, that excitement. Because I was very excited about it like when I first like discovered it a few days ago, almost a week ago now. But like when I first very like discovered it, and then when I discovered that it was like locked behind the paywall like a few days ago, I think 2 to 3 days ago, I was like, dang, this really sucks. And then now that I'm like, let's just pay it, you know, let's just pay the $20. It's not that much. I feel excited again and ready to try some new stuff for fun. So the streaming, the learning using the advanced voice mode, and the camera confidence thing sort of changing in a way. I think it's like still very much related to camera confidence. I think you kind of need it more while you're streaming because you I still have the option in my head, like if something goes terribly wrong or if I say something very, very stupid, I could erase this and start all over. I haven't done that yet. I've done that maybe once or twice while I was in Seattle. I was like doing the vlog, I pressed play or press record, and then I was recording and I realized the mic was off. So then I restarted it because I kind of had to, right? So that was like a technical difficulty, and that's why I restarted it, not like a blunder or mess up on it. Technically is a mess up on my side, but like not something I said that was incorrect, if that makes sense. So that is something I would do for the camera confidence challenge. I think it works, and I think it sticks to the spirit of the challenge very, very, very much because while streaming, like I said, I can't take anything down. I also watched like a video talking about, I think it was from Charlie or Penguin Z. I I'm I'm so sorry. I'm blanking on his YouTube channel name right now. Um, Moist Critical. Actually, I think Penguin Z is his YouTube name, but he's called Moist Critical. Okay, but basically he was talking about how like streaming on both platforms like Twitch and YouTube is a good idea. So I'm gonna test that out, try it out. They said that Twitch is more interactive with the chat, and then YouTube's not very interactive with the chat. But like the fact that it becomes a VOD is what they called it, like a video that stays there on YouTube and can be watched later, is very beneficial. So yeah, that's something I learned as well recently that um, made me think like maybe I should try that, you know? So why not? You know, when you have that strike of inspiration or like curiosity or interest, like why not just try the thing and see where it goes? Even though I have so many other things I'm doing. So let's talk about those things. So one of the other things is piano by ear, playing piano by ear. I have slowed down with progress significantly ever since I visited Japan last month. Um, that's because I didn't have a piano there. But when I do go this time around, I will actually purchase a piano because I probably will be staying in Japan for like close to the 90 days yeah, close to the 90 days that I'm allowed to stay. And then during that 90 days, I really need a piano to practice and to make music and all that stuff. That's another challenge I'm doing right now is the music creation stuff. And it's going slower than I expected, but honestly, 3 days for one original piece was already very, very hard. So the fact that my average right now for two pieces is 4 days, I don't mind that. But the whole point is I'm making stuff now versus this whole year where I haven't made anything. So two pieces in the time span of about a week is way more than everything else combined so far this year. Well, this year is about to end though. But for the piano stuff, I really, really want to get good at playing by ear. It's going to be a long process. I've done up to around 100 practice days now. I've hit day 100, where I mark it on a blackboard. I've recorded almost every single day of myself practicing playing by ear. I skip a few days because I practice like off camera, but for the most part, I enjoy filming myself while doing it. But all of it is unlisted. But now that I've reached day 100, I feel like, okay, I need to change up my practice or make it even better because, or more like, more thematic maybe, more like interesting like my 30-day challenges because I feel more motivated when it's like that. Now that I hit day 100, I'm kind of like, day 101, day 102, it just feels like it's getting a little stale in a way. Like I need a different sort of premise, a different sort of prompt, like do something else for 30 days, like a specific thing within the field of playing by ear. So what I'm going to do for that one is start learning how to recognize chords and chord progressions, like common chord progressions really easily. And there's this piano player, Frank Tedesco, I believe is how to say his name, I discovered like last year, who is amazing at playing by ear. And unfortunately, he doesn't have like too many things where he talks about like how to do it, but there are a few videos where he talked about it. And in those videos, like he mentioned how like all you really need to do for learning chords and how to recognize them is to like figure out, okay, what is the chord progression? And then of a song that you like, and then just spam it, play it a whole lot to remember how it feels like, how it sounds like, what the pattern is, and then listen to more songs with that chord progression. I don't think he said the last part, but like that seems kind of like an obvious continuation. So that's what I'm gonna do for 30 days is just like spam listening to common chord progressions, and then at the end of the 30 days, I will like test myself to see if I can recognize them in songs I've never heard before. So that is going to be fun. I think I'll probably make a video with the 100 days of playing by ear. Honestly, I'm not at the level that I want to be, but at the very least, I can recognize like the melodies of songs without anything. Like I know exactly like what to play as long as I know the tonic. Um, and I can recognize chords as well. Not the progressions, but I can recognize like the chords because I can hear the notes. Um, so that already helps a lot. So I would probably make a video about it. I might as well, like it makes sense, like day 100, like why add 30 more days to it? I was originally gonna do 130 days of playing by ear for the video for my main channel, but I think 100 days is good enough. Even though it isn't enough progress in my opinion, it is still some progress, and I think it's good to show it. So that's another one for the update. And then the audiobook for Japanese, I have not really touched that since I got back from Japan, but I feel very motivated to try it again, or not try it again, to actually get back on it very soon. Just because once I start the whole voice stuff for ChatGPT and practicing with it, I also want to mention the audiobook as well because I mean, I should definitely create it first before like I want to create it in a way where it's very similar to Pimsleur, where it's like shadowing, where you just practice the same phrases. Because I find shadowing very, very helpful. That's like how I learned most of my speaking ability. Like without shadowing, I think my speaking ability would be way worse than it is right now. So I believe that I have the ability to make a good audiobook just because for freelance, I do voiceover. For YouTube, I've done plenty of voiceovers. For Skillshare, I've made like almost 10 classes now. Some of them are staff picks. So I have the ability to create educational content in a very structured way because I have the practice and the feedback from like Skillshare itself or the people who purchase my courses and stuff like that. So it's not like a baseless thing I'm saying, but with that, I feel confident that I can like deliver on a good like audiobook experience. So I don't mind being like or mentioning it while I do the ChatGPT voice stuff. But I feel like because I'm doing that, I should make the book faster. So then I won't be telling people like, oh yeah, this will come out soon. Like when it does, check it out, like link below. But instead I'll be like, this is out, link below. You can check it out. It'll help you with like learning very, very common phrases that you need as like say someone traveling to Japan, like essential phrases. But that is another thing. And then like, dang, these videos, I don't bullet point any of it. I thought I would, but like, I feel like turning on the camera and just talking, that's kind of what I like doing. It's kind of chaotic and haphazard, but I'm just like, whatever. Like, it feels the most fun in a way. But for kinetic stuff, which is my exercise stuff, that's going well right now. I have the perfect routine to do exactly 30 minutes of exercise for a total of 150 minutes a week, and that's going well. Like I said, I started it like last week, so this is like the first week that I'm on it. But I probably won't do updates weekly. I'll probably do updates like bi-weekly because it just feels like I have more data to work with and more to actually update with. But I'll talk about that routine once I actually do it for 2 weeks because I have to make sure it's somewhat sustainable. I did mention like most of what it is already in that specific video of me talking about trying to get healthier. So that's good. And then, yeah, and then the rest is just project stuff. So that's most of it. That's most of everything that I'm trying to do. I'm also trying to probably up my freelance work and all that stuff as well. But, that's not really something I can talk about too much right now until I get more of it done. But a lot of stuff going on. And I always say that in my videos, but I don't really like talk about all of it at once. But that this is me talking about it like all at once. And it feels like it could be overwhelming, but it just excites me. Like that's what I discovered about myself. It's like there's so many things that say, you should focus on one thing, you should focus on one thing, and you'll excel at it, which is true, but I've never been able to do that. Like I just never been able to do that. And it's unfortunate that I can't because I know if I did, like I would definitely improve way faster with that one thing. But I think the way my brain works, it's like I need the stimulation from multiple things to make me consistently excited and make me feel like this. Like I don't know why, but like being overwhelmed and having so many things to do is something that makes me feel good and something that makes me feel excited versus like feeling like I can't do it or versus like burning me out or something like that. You kind of just have to know yourself, I guess. And that's what I discovered about myself over time. Okay. Yeah, I definitely do not fit a lot of the conventional sayings, I'd say, for a lot of the advice out there, especially like the self-help stuff and whatnot. And I tried to fit myself into those things for a while back when I first discovered them, like 5 years ago or so. But this journey without those things and self-discovery has been really good. So, okay, that's the update. I have talked for a lot long enough. I think the first thing that will come out of this is the ChatGPT advanced voice stuff with Japanese and streaming it. So look out for that, I suppose. Yeah, I'll likely start that. Today's Friday and the weekend's going to be a bit busy, so I'll likely start that the week afterwards. Okay, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.